This is Mrs. Esmy coming from my corner to your corner. Last week we talked about how a lot of our students are having reading comprehension problems because they cannot decode multisyllabic words, and these are words that they confront at the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade level. We talked about how our students were learning to read in the 1st and 2nd grade, and now they're reading to learn. So it's all about comprehension. So I promised that today I would talk about what to do if our student is reading at a 1st grade level, for example, and they are in the 3rd grade. How do we stimulate their reading comprehension? So that's what I will be talking about today. If your student is a 3rd grader who's reading at a 1st grade level and you only allow him to be exposed to 1st grade level books, you're going to rob them of being exposed to books at their grade level or above. So, should our students be exposed to books above their reading level? And the answer is a resounding yes, of course. We do not want our children to be only exposed to books that they can read themselves. So what are you to do? Well, that means that you're going to have to be proactive as a parent, and you're going to have to read to them books that they can't read themselves, have an older sibling read to them books they cannot read themselves, or take advantage of the many reading apps that are available for your student. There are so many options. All you have to do is Google, and not all of them are going to cost. Audible is probably one of the more expensive options, but it's a great option if you're using it consistently. And you can always unsubscribe if you're not using it. So Audible is a great choice, but there are other great choices for your students. I know that there are YouTubers who dedicate themselves to reading aloud to students, and that's a free option, and so you could absolutely Google those. There are so many ways to have our students be read to. In fact, I have a student with whom I read on a weekly basis, twice a week. We read, he reads, and I read. So it's an hour session. He reads half an hour, and I read the other half. And so, we read books that he can read. He does the reading, and then I read books that are above his grade level. So definitely that's a service that I do provide. But I don't just want to speak about what I can provide. I want to speak about what you can do as a parent. So I recommend that you read books to your child. If they're in 3rd grade and they're reading at a 1st grade level, you need to be reading to them books at their grade level and above. Why? Because you want them to be gaining vocabulary at their grade level. And I can tell you that even though their reading level is below their grade level, their listening level is always going to be above their reading level. So we want to stimulate the ability to listen, to comprehend, to discuss topics, to engage with a book, to enjoy a book. And these are things that they can still do even if they cannot read the book. And I know many of us as adults, even though we can decode, even though we can read, we don't find the time or make the time to do it. And a lot of us just pop in or not even pop in anymore, a CD. Now we just click on Audible and have them read the book to us. So our minds are still engaged, our vocabulary is still growing, we're still learning about the structure of fiction and nonfiction, and we're interacting with a book. So my recommendation to you is, if your student is reading below grade level, you can still expose them to books at their grade level, and this in return will increase their vocabulary, will increase their listening comprehension, and when that reading level gets up to their grade level, they will not have missed out on those great stories that they should be exposed to. That is my tip for the day. Have a wonderful day till we speak next time. I encourage you to be proactive. I think that's the word that I'll keep repeating. You've got to take action. We can't wait on someone else to make our child a priority. We know what we need to do, and so we just need to go and do it. Have a wonderful day.